Good morning, pizza people. As you can see by the title of the video today, I want to discuss what is truly the best big three of the anime. And if you don't know, for those of you who don't know, it's Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. And with me starting this video, I just want to say each part of the big three, like just memes aside, like I know I sound like a smoker right now with my voice just being raspy, but like with each part of the big three is amazing in its own right, helping to create like a strong generation of anime fans. Cause like there's a big chance without the big three, like Dragon Ball would have got like helped a little bit, but without the big three, a lot of us wouldn't be anime fans today. Like I would have a lot less subs than I do right now, and like they're recognized as like some of the most popular animes of all time. So that like even with the memes, I'll seriously consider how I feel about anime such as One Piece, even though I've made a Luffy has no sauce. And like what I think of the big three is like specifically factors that I'm naming or ranking them on is their protagonist, their story, and their ending note. So I'm gonna use that to rank the big three and how I overall feel about each anime of the big three. I will rank it seriously. It'll be a for real list, but you know, with my own twist on it, you know. So without further ado, my name is Tine Pizza, and enjoy pizza, people. Okay, so the anime I would like to start off with is Bleach. One anime that I truly believe doesn't get the clout and recognition that it deserves for being a massive, massive part of the big three. Like, it goes as far as, like Bleach is getting so slept on that some people don't even consider Bleach part of the big three, bro. Like, you know how sick I have to be to see, like, that people are putting Meliodas or they put Goku as part of the big three, dog? With Naruto and Luffy, dog, Meliodas, bro, I don't even like dislike the seven deadly sins, but Meliodas, he's not there, bro. He is not there. Like, honestly, Bleach does not deserve all that smoke. Like, even for all, even like through all of that, right? Bleach has a hella strong fan base, and that wants people to see a return. For this video, I'll mostly cover stuff with the anime because that's what most people know about, and that's what got Bleach a lot of clout in the first place, the anime. And so, starting off, I would like to cover Bleach's protagonist, Ichigo Kurosaki. Like, overall, honestly, like, truly, I think Ichigo is one of the coolest characters, like, out of the big three. Like, honestly, if I had to choose my favorite character out of the big three, like my favorite MC, it would be Ichigo, because Ichigo is so cool, dog. Like, I don't think y'all understand, but, like, Ichigo, he has sauce. Like, he got clout. Like and plus he's smart, right? He doesn't fit that typical shonen protagonist wave of just being an overall stupid thought, right? Like he gets good grades in school. He's even one of the most top people in school. And honestly, overall, he's just a real dude, bro. Like all he really wants to do overall is protect his people and keep his hood safe, bro. Like my man's he's in those trenches fighting. Like he didn't even care that he lost his power. Most people be like, no, I have no power. I'm useless now. But Ichigo, he was like, hey yo, as long as my people good, I'm good. So overall, I think Bleach gets points for that, for just Ichigo being an overall cool dude. Now for the story, right? The story of Bleach is it's kind of, I'm not gonna go through every arc or whatever, but basically there's the Soul Reapers, protect the Earth, all that from demons, all that type stuff. And Ichigo is one of those substitute Soul Reapers because he saves Rukia, and now he just fighting enemies of the Soul Reapers and all that. And then he has a backstory of his family and that AIDS, and it turns out all this stuff actually happened on purpose and wasn't an accident. And it's just overall a lot. But overall, I think the story is good. It's pretty solid all the way through. Like there's some faults where like Ichigo gets a new transformation every episode, like even more than Goku does in Dragon Ball Z. Like Ichigo, like he's this dude. Like these just like all these Soul Reapers that have been training for thousands and thousands of years, and he comes in and does it in 30 minutes. Like it's crazy. It has its faults, but like overall the Fullbring arc, it was and then like the way like the Rancor arc and Hueco Mundo arc and all that ended, it ended kind of weird. It kind of fell off towards the end. I'll give that to Bleach, but honestly, I feel like it should have ended with the Aizen arc or whatever. But it's overall, like, this is the story in the ending note, right? But like honestly, like overall the story is pretty good, pretty solid or whatever, like, but the way it ended, the ending note, I think Bleach got done pretty dirty. So that's all I really have to say about Bleach. Like it has a good story, cool protagonist. It had his faults in the story like every anime does, but like towards the ending it kind of fell off for me. I couldn't even bring myself to watch the Fullbringer arc for 6 months. Like, it was that bad. Like, it could have done a lot better. But that's all I really have to say for Bleach. The first note I wanted to cover before we get on to the story and the ending note is the protagonist Naruto. One thing, Naruto is a good protagonist, right? But there are a few criticisms that I could give him where he's just stupid. Like, that's all I can really say about him. He's stupid. He doesn't make the smartest decisions. Overly use of talk no jutsu, which is a huge meme in the community at this point, which is it gave a lot of bad writing for Naruto. And he had a son named Boruto, who was the worst protagonist in shonen history. But we're not here to talk about Boruto. We're here to talk about Naruto. And honestly, Naruto's whole thing about being very inspired and wanting to be Hokage that bad that he was willing to work for it. And he had a few good character arcs, like how he was like, oh, I'm not ready to become Hokage until I can save my best friend. If I can't do that, I can't be Hokage. And I thought that was a really cool part of his character. But I also think it hurt himself as a character too, because most real protagonists, if they was really bad, they were like, okay, forget it. If you're not with the village, I'm not with you. I'm trying to save all these people. It's not about you. But I honestly, Naruto, there's a few things Naruto could have done better, but overall, he was a pretty good protagonist. Like, I liked his will of fire, and his whole thing, and his whole backstory with his family, Fourth Hokage, all that. Like, I honestly thought Naruto was a pretty good protagonist overall. Like, even though I felt like Sasuke was more of my favorite character, more of a protagonist, I rocked with Naruto. Naruto was overall a good protagonist. And now on to the story. Okay, the story of Naruto is really just demon foxes inside of Naruto. That's a Jinchuriki, all this stuff, and his quest to become Hokage, and Naruto's quest to become Hokage, it's a pretty good journey, right? And I feel like the steps that Kishimoto took to get him towards that point was pretty good as well. Like, but some points I did feel like he was a little bit lacking. But overall, I think he did do it good. Like, the points I did feel like he lacked there was some story arcs with Sasuke and the way he didn't really use every single character in Naruto to their max potential. You know what I mean? Like, after part 1, basically the whole cast of characters became irrelevant, and it was the Naruto and Sasuke show. Like, I didn't have a problem with that, because I rock with Sasuke, and a lot more than I rock with Naruto, and seeing him get his clout was well expected, and I messed with that heavy. But I do think it would have been cool to see more things of Rock Lee, Tenten, Neji, Sakura, Kakashi, all of them doing a little bit more than what they were given to do in the part 2 ending part of Naruto. Like, I honestly feel like overall that was pretty mid, and a lot of character spotlight got wasted, and now we have to wait till Boruto to see it, and we're barely gonna get any of that. So it's kind of just like, why'd you make these characters if you weren't gonna use them? Like, I really felt like that's the part where Naruto lacked the most. Like, honestly, Bleach destroys Naruto in that department using their cast characters, because at least they give them something to do. Otherwise, like, they had their own story arcs every now and then, but it wasn't anything special. It was at most a filler. Like, the most that a side character got was Shikamaru and Choji's and Ino's team, where they had to fight Asuma. That was the most they got, right? And maybe one scene where Rock Lee was like, my guy, don't do 8th gates or whatever, right? And I just felt like they were wasted overall. And it just, I don't know. I just don't get the point of them. On an ending note, though, I can't even cap. Like, since I'm just covering straight from the anime, like, anime did finish what the manga started, I do feel like Naruto fell off towards the end. Like, I wouldn't say I got disinterested like a lot of people did, but the war arc, it was not the best, but it wasn't terrible. I got a video coming on that soon. But listen, like, the war arc for Naruto it was mid. Like, we can't lie. Like, a lot of things happened. Like, my guy getting revived, that was kind of stupid. Like, them getting Ultra God powers. I think that needed a little bit more explanation. How Kaguya came out. No, honestly, I don't think Kaguya was the worst thing to happen to Naruto, right? Like, I think if it just ended with Madara, it would have left a lot of loose ends going on with the Osuki clan and all that. And I think they just needed to set up something farther in the future. So they kind of just brought out Kaguya. And I'm like, okay, that was cool. But, like, it could have been better, honestly. Like, I feel like they created Kaguya to give one last Team 7 moment, and to not feel like the Naruto and Sasuke fight right after was rushed. And that ending could have been a lot better. I would have preferred something else. I would have preferred my guy to be dead, to be honest. And maybe I don't know, the Naruto ending with the Naruto and Sasuke fight was good, but like getting that ending part, I consider Kaguya part of that, and how they got rid of Madara just like that was overall some mid. Like they could have done a lot of these scenes a lot better. Like there was a few emotional scenes, like when Minato left Naruto for the final time forever, and it hit different. But overall, that ending was mid, and I hate to say it, but it was true. The third and probably the biggest anime out of the big three that we are covering is the anime known as One Piece. One Piece is huge, bro. Like, memes aside of me saying I hate One Piece and I don't want to watch it, it's okay. But like I just want to say One Piece overall, it's a pretty good anime. Like, it has its good moments. It's okay sometimes, and it's probably will remain and will go down in history as the biggest and the most influential big three. Like, if I was to call an anime a super anime, like the big three has that title, but like on top of them is One Piece because of just the huge popularity and how long it's been going. Like day by day, more and more One Piece fans gets kicked off. Like you can say One Piece is the worst out of the big three. I can understand that, right? But then you also have to give in the fact that it has so many fans. Like the more y'all say One Piece is trash, it inspires more people to check it out, which in turn gets more fans into One Piece, making One Piece even bigger. So by that logic, One Piece is growing every single day. And I'm rambling on too long, so I need to talk about the protagonist of One Piece. The protagonist of One Piece is Luffy. Luffy, he's a savage. He's a savage basically. Like he's just like Naruto, which I don't like, is the stupid protagonist. And Luffy, he's one of those stupid protagonists that are really just good because they know how to fight. You feel me? Like he's the pirate captain, leader of the crew, and his whole thing is that he wants to become Pirate King, just like Naruto wants to become Hokage. And I thought that was cool how they have goals and such like that. But I think it's getting kind of basic. Like Asta wants to become the Wizard King, and I don't know, with Naruto doing it and with Luffy doing it, I overall think I just don't like that typical protagonist role. But Luffy's kind of stupid. There's not too much that interests me into him. Like, but he does have that thing called the Secret of the D, and his whole family's OD for some reason. Had to give him the shonen protagonist power up that gives him OD powers from some reason or another. But that's just Luffy. And there's not much you can really say about him other than that. He's the pirate captain, and he wants to become the Pirate King, and he'll do whatever it takes to get to that, assembling a crew of really good characters that I love, except the main character, Luffy. But that's all I really have to say about Luffy. On to the next thing, the story. Now, the story of One Piece, I basically described it when I was describing Luffy. It's about Luffy's journey to become the Pirate King, but what also evolves the story is all the people he meets. Like, that's the one thing I can give to One Piece, right? Their whole cast of kids, they have, out of the big three, I would say they have the best cast of characters and the best just overall lineup of side characters with a huge world, a huge open world. Like, I can respect that about One Piece. Like, nobody is beating One Piece in that aspect, dog. Like I don't think they could ever do it. Like, One Piece is just OD when it comes to their cast characters. Zoro, Sanji, Robin, all those. Chopper. Oh, bro, you got a character named Chopper, bro. You know he be in them trenches. But, like, dog, I'm telling you, dog, like, those side characters, like, there's so many that I doubt you could even name all of them, bro. And it's crazy that Oda, he keeps up with all those characters, too. Like, I would say that's his strong suit, is keeping up with a bunch of characters at the same time and juggling each and every one of their stories. And I rock with that, honestly, because I think it's going in a pretty good direction. Yeah, I think it's going in a pretty good direction. That's creating one of the best open worlds, if not the best open world of all time in all of anime. Like, I really rock with One Piece on that aspect. And the story, like, all of them have their own separate stories. Zoro's trying to become the best swordsman, and Chopper's becoming the best medic. All these, it's just crazy. And I really do mess with the direction that One Piece is going. Like, without the meme, like, One Piece has the best cast of characters, and the story is okay. Like, some stuff I feel like it drags on too long. Like, a lot, that's one thing I don't like about the story. A lot of it feels like a filler because of how much they try to fit in. Like, the way you juggle so many characters is good, but you need to realize that sometimes you lose quality when you go for too much quantity. You feel me? And I think that's where One Piece is lacking. Sometimes a lot of the quality is kind of meh. Like, One Piece could stand to get better, but I can see it improving, and it has what 1, 2 to 3 years left, and that's why I can't talk about the ending note of One Piece, because it's dragged on this long. Like, Bleach and Naruto are over with, but One Piece is still going, and I find that extremely crazy. And overall, I really just want it to end, but I do mess with One Piece. The story is okay, but the cast of characters make the story even better, and overall, One Piece is a good series. Okay, pizza people, as you saw me talk about each of the big threes and how I feel about them, I think it comes to no surprise when overall the best anime of the big three, even with me being a Naruto fanboy and a One Piece hater, I gotta give it to Bleach, because I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about the manga, but overall I believe that Bleach stayed the most solid out of the big three throughout. Like, there was, like, I read some bits and pieces of the manga to see what's up, and the ending of Bleach, I've seen it with their kids, and honestly, with how the direction Boruto took and all that, I feel like it did kind of lessen the ending of Naruto for me. Like, it didn't feel like a conclusion anymore. It felt like a continuation of a story that should have been wrapped up. Like, we don't need Boruto, and it kind of, I don't know, it kind of made me dislike the ending of Naruto a little bit more and see its faults of it not being the most solid out of the big three. Because when I started this list, I was going to choose Naruto, but then I saw its faults. And One Piece, I said what I had to say about that. Like, Bleach has the better moments for me. Like, I love Naruto a lot more, but Bleach is really that ending that we deserved and that we needed, with no second ending being pushed upon us with all this, bro. Like, Naruto should be over, but it's not, and I just can't. It's not an ending note. It's it's just getting killed for me. And Bleach, it gave us that ending, and it gave us a truly wholesome and happy ending, and I have to give it to Bleach for that. So overall, Ichigo pulling up on the Gotai 13 to save Rukia, being a smart protagonist, doing what it takes to save his family, just overall being real, not really caring about his power as long as his people good. That's what makes a good protagonist for me. So overall, in a good anime overall, like, even the villains are raw too in Bleach. Like, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me they're not. So overall, I have to give it to Bleach. Bleach is the strongest, most solid, and overall the best sleeper pick for the best out of the big three. But now, my name is Tine Pizza, and if you would like to get further into detail about how I feel about each of these animes, I have 3 videos dropping the next 3 weeks talking about each of the animes and certain parts of them that I just wanted to cover in separate videos that I couldn't get here. And it's gonna be sort of a mini-series type of thing. 9 videos coming, so that's pretty hype. Anyways, my name is Tine Pizza, and this was the best out of the big three. I'll see you pizza people on the other side of the slice. Peace.